How's it going, guys? It's Deep here, and it's time for episode number 2 of my BAGM Mode Colorado. Last episode, I went over the roster, had some good suggestions, including trading Statsny. One thing I did forget was to download the latest rosters, so there was free agents like Avalanche still on the free agent market, so I decided we'll just start it up real quick. Change trade difficulty hard, waivers off. I updated the rosters, salary cap on, pretty much everything else. Should take GM firing off, auto sign free agents off, and the rest should be the same. We'll advance, put it on Colorado Avalanche. Yep. And we'll just leave it as general manager, and skill level is hard. So complete the we'll let the CPU take over the salary cap for now, but yeah, I have some ideas. A good suggestion that I did see was trade Statsny away, because there's no need for 3 80 overall centers, and I would have to agree with you. And I actually have a lot of players that I want to trade. Parento and Tanguay were 2 players that were a little bit older, and we're trying to. I'll just overwrite this one. So yeah, they were a little bit older players that we could improve upon, and maybe get a little bit younger, since we are kind of gonna be better in the future team, that's for sure, with like players like McKinnon and stuff like that. So we'll go into the preseason. We'll just go through our team real quick, and so yeah, let's take a look at our forwards right here. And in our forwards, we have solid players. Tanguay I would like to get rid of, because his cap is across a couple of years. He's 84 overall. Statsny will probably get rid of, since we do have O'Reilly that's an 84, and he's only 22, as well as Duchesne. They're only 22. Statsny is a little bit 5 years older, and he's not going to get any better. So Statsny looks like a player that I would like to get rid of. And forwards look okay for us, since we do have a lot of high caliber forwards. Defense needs improving. That is certain. We have a couple players in the system like Simmons and Elliott, but in terms of forwards in the system, all we have is pretty much McKinnon. Vancouver can be a solid player. I'll probably end up keeping him. So yeah, that's pretty much all we have in that system. And in goalies, we have Calvin Pickard, who probably won't amount to anything, but we do have Varlamov, and I'm not sure if he's going to be getting better, so I want to improve the goalies as well. So with that, I guess we'll go take a look at the what we can get in trade for Statsny. One suggestion is Myers. I do notice a lot of people are picking up Myers in their GM mode, because he does have such a low trade value, but in real life, he's not that good. So think about it. If you're so let's see, Statsny, and we'll go over to Buffalo. Yep, so they do want him, so that's another good thing. Myers, definitely. So we could probably trade him right away. Oh, see, I get used to that. We could probably trade for him right away, since they do want him. But is there anyone else we can pick up? Maybe a defenseman. We don't need centers right now. Foligno and Stafford aren't really decent. Pysyk, what's this thing? Okay, 4 potential. So Pysyk might be a good addition, but I want to, let's see. Oh, how about Ryan Miller? I'm sure there's rumors going around at the start of the season. Makarov, what is his potential? 3.5 gold. Okay, 3.5 green. Ryan Miller at the start of the season in real life was actually there's rumors going around that Miller to Colorado. Now I wonder if we could actually end up picking up Miller. Right now it's league approved. Definitely won't accept it like this, but if we can, let's see who else is part of their trade, like who matches their trade block, so they would be interested in them. One of Parento or Tanguay. Okay, so they don't really want any of my older players. They're wanting more of the younger ones. But if we take a look at the trade value, we can try throwing Tanguay in there and see what comes up. And I don't want to throw Parento in there as well, but I doubt this will go through, but we can try. No, okay. So we need to add more people. And so a good trade value for Miller. Don't want to give up Barry, Duchesne, Riley, or McKinnon because of their trade value, and they're basically good young players. Big Grass, What is his potential? 3.5 green. So 3.5 green might not amount to that much. Maybe an 80 overall, but he's not a player right now. So I mean, we could probably throw him in there. That's an extra trade value. They do want him to. So we'll see if maybe this thing goes through. Are we? Yeah, we're neutral relationship. Trade values. I mean, it's kind of close. Myers pretty crap, and these guys they want. Let's see if it goes through. No. So let's go with the draft picks. Throw in a third. No. Let's throw in a second as well. Oh, look at that. So we're end up getting, wow. So that's basically a franchise-changing trade right there. We're able to pick up Ryan Miller and Tyler Myers for, who was it again? I didn't give my first. Oh, never mind. That's Buffalo. Okay, so we gave our second, third. We gave Big Rass, who has decent trade value, and we gave up Tanguay as well as Paul Stastny, and we ended up picking up Myers and Ryan Miller. So that was a hell of a trade. Yeah, that basically solves our goaltender problem right there. Let's take a look at our roster real quick now. Okay, so in terms of overall, Duchesne, Myers, Landeskog. Okay, forwards, no changes there, but we may need to pick up a better player. Looking to move Parento. That Parento should be about it. With defensemen, Myers, Johnson, Barry, Hayda, Wilson, and Sarich, a very solid tandem right there. These could be improved upon, but right for now they're okay. Wilson will probably get better this year. Sarich is just a temporary player. I mean, I could probably end up trading him away for like a pick, like a 7th round pick, see if I can get it, and end up signing like Ian White over him. But at this point, my roster looks pretty well in defenseman, and of course in goalie we have Ryan Miller, which means we'll probably have to move Giguère or Varlamov, and I'm probably leaning towards Varlamov. See what we can get for him. Okay, let's go trade negotiations. Okay, trying to think who I could get. We need, well, defenseman wouldn't hurt, but let's see. Hayda was a decent defenseman, but what I didn't like about Hayda is because he is at 3.25 mil for another 2 years. Now he is 35, so he might be retiring, but let's take a look at who would want Hayda. Probably not much teams. Chicago, who do they have? Interested in giving away? No one really interested in giving away there. Columbus, no, they don't want him. Because Hayda's trade value isn't really that good at all. So if someone wants him, that'd be perfect. The Rangers want him. Let's see who we can get here. Kreider, McIlrath. Is there any player that we could take off from them? Let's see forwards, because it wouldn't be bad to get another forward, because our defense does look okay. Boyle. Oh, Boyle's not too bad. 1.7 mil. With 1 year contract, 79 overall, 28 overall, and 28 age, and he is 6'7". So a power forward, he could play on a third line, I guess, and 85 faceoffs. So he's not too bad. See if maybe this will go through. I might be losing the trade because Hayda's a little bit better, but we're saving cap, and that's kind of an important thing. And Boyle's only got 1 year, so it couldn't hurt. Yep, it does go through. Okay, so we're able to trade Hayda for Boyle. Now Boyle does solve our third and fourth line. He's a solid player. So let's take a look at the roster moves and see what we have here in terms of forwards. So we have Duchesne, Landeskog, Parento, O'Reilly, Downey, McGinn. That's our top 6. We might have to improve that. With our defense, now that we got rid of Hayda, Hunwick will have to jump in. But we also have Varlamov that we could trade away to end up picking up a defenseman. Trying to think. Well, let's see what we can get from Varlamov. Who's offering what? Or Parento. I think it'd be better to get rid of Parento first. We got rid of Tanguay already. Might as well just go for the full youth rebuild. Okay. So we'll jump into trade players once again. So 2 big trades. Hayda Boyle is kind of like a just for cap room kind of thing, and we'll see what we can get for. Who am I trying to trade away again? Parento. So Parento, Boston. Boston didn't have anyone. And maybe, you know what, since we do already have a pretty good team, it probably would be good to see if a team that's willing to give away an older like good player. And so Murphy's definitely not that. Chicago, the best guy they're giving up is Olsen. Columbus maybe. Prospel. Now Prospel, 82 overall. Okay, I think we could get someone better. Let's see what else. Dallas. Roby Dalgontra, Whitney, no. I don't want. Well, I mean, 1 year we could probably end up picking Ray Whitney, but let's check what else is there. Edmonton, nope, don't want Smith. We want improvement, at least the same level as Parento. I don't want to drop down. No, not Los Angeles, Montreal. Nope. I want at least like an 83, 84 solid player to. McCullough, no. Oh, now that's interesting because Eliash and Yager, they're 37, 41, so they are old. Yager will probably retire after this year. Eliash has 3 years left on his contract, but his salary is pretty high. I mean, they could definitely help our team, but I feel like we could just look at the rest. Pashnovsky, nope. Rangers, no, they're not giving away any good players. Ottawa, maybe Mahalik, nope, no one here. Philadelphia, once again. Shane Doan, nah, Parento's still better. Pittsburgh on nope. St. Louis, nope. Tampa, nope. Toronto wanted him. They're not giving away anyone. Vancouver is giving away some prospects, but I don't want prospects. You know what? Let's just check the teams that aren't even green. Let's go Tampa. Ooh. You know what? St. Louis might actually be not a bad deal. Considering his 38, he's got 2 years left. 5.65. We do have enough cap room for him, and his trade value isn't too high, and they want to give him away. Let's take a look if we could get St. Louis for Parento. Now Parento is 30 years old already. I mean, St. Louis probably has 1 or 2 years left in him, but if this goes through on its own, that'd actually be very interesting. Because the trade value is there, and St. Louis is pretty red. Let's see if we can. The value you have is too far off. Okay, so who would they like that we could send over their way? Well, if this trade goes through, we're pretty much set for. We have a playoff roster, I guess you can say. We can probably get rid of a player like Hishin, who isn't that good. Or if Hishin doesn't go through, we could throw in Siemens there and see if that goes through. But we'll try Hishin for now, center, which we already have quite a bit of. They do want him, so the trade value is kind of there. We'll see if it goes through. Oh, they would have more skaters. Okay. So what we'll need to do is, I don't want to pick up like an Oland because he is old, and I mean Salo might be a available pickup. That trade is approved in the league. I mean, let's see their salary. Our salary will be up below, but okay. So they're not gonna go with that. We'll just check the worst player we can get in terms of trade value. All right, Walker. We'll just pick you up, and will that go through? It does. Oh man! So we just picked up St. Louis for Parento and I think Hishin, and I was actually almost going to trade away Siemens, but that trade goes through, so I'm actually shocked because now we have a team that's pretty much ready for the playoffs. Let's take a look at the contracts once again, just real quick. So now in terms of our forwards, we have St. Louis, Duchesne, Landeskog, O'Reilly, Downey, and McKinn. Now Parento is off that area, but with players like St. Louis and Duchesne, I don't want to play Landeskog on the same line because he is a power forward playmaker. It'd probably be good to get a sniper along with Duchesne and St. Louis. But other than that, our team looks okay. Well, St. Louis is definitely an upgrade over Parenteau. But McGinn would be great for a third line. I mean, Boyle, Mitchell, McGinn, and then Hayduke, McLeod, and Oliver. I mean, I also have Vincourt in the system who I could call up, so our team would not be that bad at all. Basically, McLeod and Hayduke would probably be the worst players on that line. Trying to think. Okay, so we'll need a sniper. We still have on defenseman now. Hayda's gone, so we may need to pick up a defenseman. We have no one really in the system to come up right away. But let's see who would want to go after Varlamov and see, maybe we could pick up a defenseman and a sniper for him. Throw in some first round draft picks and see if anything goes through. We'll jump into the trade negotiations. Trying to think what kind of players have. What players are. What team has like a young sniper and a young defenseman? But we'll go through and see who wants it. Boston didn't have anyone that was on the block. Calgary, let's see if they have anyone. No, we don't want goalies. Well, main person we want is a sniper. You know what? Let's just go into the search in the trading block. We'll find a sniper. That's the main person we want to play on our first line, along with we'll try to see if we can go young. Doesn't matter about that, but shooting must be at 4. We'll put 4 because they'll most likely be a sniper. We'll search it, and so we want a first line left wing, I guess, to play with Duchesne and St. Louis. They're great playmakers together, but a sniper there with a wicked shot would just be beautiful to add on top there. Trade value, sort by the other way. See if there's any Matt Fratton. Okay, so Matt Fratton's not really a good, I guess you can say, player. We're looking for someone at least we can get back with some value. Peter Mueller, no, he's already 25. Bucker, that's not bad. Or Suter, Bucker, Suter. The rest are a little bit older, but Suter's an 83, so he might be actually a decent player. He's only 3.5 red. Bucker is actually 4.5 red. So, and he's 1 year left with 1.1. So he's actually a good deal with salary in terms of now. Gravner also looks like an okay player, but he's already 25. So a lot of these players are going to be done. Conacher we could pick up, but also it'd be good to have them as a sniper, which Conacher is actually a playmaker. Grabner, we already knew he's a little bit older for our liking. So, and Bakker's actually a sniper. So you know what? We're gonna try to see what we can get for Bakker. We'll go see if they want. Oh, they actually want Varlamov, so that's even better. So I can probably do this trade straight up, but I feel like I'll get. Actually, no. I'll probably have to give a little bit more. I don't. Let's see who else they have. We need a defenseman. Okay, Yandel. No. Ekman Larson's pretty young and actually not too bad. Or Mark Stone. But let's see, what's our cap at? 3.8. So trying to think here. Would Mark Stone or Ekman Larson be a better deal here? Ekman Larson's locked up for 6 years. Mark Stone's at, let's see their potential ratings. Okay, so definitely Ekman Larson has better potential. The trade value is almost the same. I mean, that's actually wouldn't be a bad deal at all if that went through. Let's take a look at who we could give up. Okay, now I don't want to give up Vancouver even though they don't want him. But is there any player that they would want? Or do they want draft picks? Because I don't mind. So they want our first round this year. Now, if we pick up Butker and Ekman Larson to play on our line for Varlamov, that won't even go through. So let's just look at who they want matching their block in terms of trade value. So we're definitely not giving away these players. Siemens, you know what? Maybe if we just throw in Siemens and take out that first rounder, keep the first rounder in case we actually fuck up the season. But I actually am liking this deal, and I think it actually might go through. But so they both want Siemens and Varlamov. Now the trade values are about the same for Varlamov and Butker, and then Siemens and Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson's a little bit better, but they do want him. And Butker will slide into our first line or into our second, but he's actually not too bad because he's 4-star red. he's Danish, so you know Mikko Pedersen's a pretty good Danish player. If you don't know who Mikko Pedersen is, you will soon enough. Trust me, the Be a Pro will be coming back soon. And Ekman Larsson's 4.5 actually gold. I mean, I remember someone in the comments wrote down to pick up Ekman Larsson or Myers, so I mean we could probably pick up both. 4.5. He's only 22, and he's actually really good around in all his stats. And Siemens, I don't know if he's going to develop into the same player, but I mean he's only 4-star. Varlamov's already 4-star, and Varlamov's already 25. You know what? Let's see if this goes through. If not, we'll throw in some draft picks because I actually like this trade a lot. No, it doesn't. Okay. So I mean, if we probably throw in a second round pick next year, maybe. No, third. Come on, I don't want to give up the first, but we could probably give up a first next year. So you know what? Let's take off the second. We'll take out the third, and we'll throw in next year's for actually. If we have St. Louis right now, I think we'll go with next year's first. No. They don't want to take the contract of Duncan Siemens. Duncan Siemens isn't even good. What the hell? That doesn't make sense. Alright. Well, let's see what else we can get. Don't want to give up any of these guys, because these guys are going to be playing Smith. Possibly. I mean, does he have any potential? 2.5. Alright, you know what? Let's just throw in Smith there for the fuck of it. And we'll throw in Siemens as well. And see, or it won't. Yeah, it still will be approved. We're giving up quite a bit for these guys, but I mean, we can try throwing in our first instead. Okay, where's our draft picks? Alright, we'll try maybe throwing in our first this year. Because you can see the trade value actually went down after that St. Louis trade. But I don't want to throw in 2 first-round picks. We'll take off Smith, actually. Maybe if this year's it'll work. I don't know. Or if they have anyone they're willing to give away. But god damn it, they would want to give him away. Poor relationship already. Well, I guess that's maybe because it's the same division. But maybe, is it even worth it? Maybe putting 2 firsts, or just put 2 seconds along there. Seconds don't really amount to much. Will that go through? Fuck. Alright. So, that was actually... I really want this trade to go through. I don't want to give up 2 first rounds, though. Give up 2014, 2015 first. Ekman Larsson will develop into a hell of a player. Bucker will be a fine player. Varlamov doesn't even fit on our team with Miller on our team right now. And Simmons might develop into a solid player. Who knows? But he's only at 65 right now. And Ekman Larsson could slide into our second line perfectly. I'm guessing 2 firsts will probably go through. I might be overpaying it. But you know what? Fuck it. We're going to go for it. And they still... Oh my god. It's Duncan Siemens. You fucking... Alright. You know what? Let's go with skaters. We're going to put someone else in here. Screw Duncan Siemens. We're just gonna put throw in Wilson instead of Duncan Siemens. Will they take that? And they freaking take it. So we get to keep Duncan Siemens, and they take it with Wilson. Jeez, I almost overpaid. I could have probably got those first round picks back. Well, I just gave up 2, but oh, you know what? I think I'm running on here a little bit too long, but I think right now our team is looking pretty much set. Let's take a look at the contracts once again. Overall, we have... Jesus, yeah, our team looks like it's pretty good right now. Top 6 players, we've upgraded it because Bucker's in there right now. A pretty young team, other than St. Louis, but if we could win the Cup this year or next year, I mean, we'll probably have some cap room, but we'll need cap room to re-sign O'Reilly, which we'll probably get for less. Bucker will also get more, and we're really tight with cap. So it's a make or break season basically. We do have a solid team. In terms of defensemen also, Ekman Larsson signed for the next 6 years, I believe. Johnson's for the next 3, and Myers for the next 5, 6. So they're both for the next 6 years. So Ekman Larsson and Tyler Myers will be in Colorado for a while. It'd be interesting to see how they pair up. They'll probably end up being partnership D partners, but these 4 players will be the solid core of our D, and then we have Sarich and Hunwick that are also decent players. And you know what? Siemens and Elliott will probably end up becoming solid players for our team as well. Let's take a look at our forwards real quick. McKinnon, Vancouver we'll call him up. So you know what? We'll just go into the roster moves. Basically, we'll put together our lines. If you guys want me to change stuff in terms of like who plays on what line, just tell me in the comments below and I'll change it up. But Walker we'll send down. We'll swap him with Vancouver. I think that should be good enough. How much do we have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 40 players, 2 overboard. I think I might just go with 13. And but Bordelot is an enforcer. We don't need a sniper extra. I mean, we could just probably send him down. And we'll keep up Bordelot because he is an enforcer. And defensemen, we have Myers, Johnson, Barry, Ekman Larson, Sarah Chunwick, and Benoit. And I want to kind of keep Elliott right now in the system because he does have decent potential. But we'll call up Holden over Benoit. And we do have a little bit more cap because Benoit was at 0.9 and I think Holden is at 0.6. So yeah, so we're a little bit more luxurious with the cap. We already know Ryan Miller is our starting goaltender, and pretty much the season depends on how well he does. He had a little bit of off seasons in Buffalo, but I'm actually liking our team. I think I did an okay job at transforming it. I mean, I did make it quite a bit older, but I also made it a little bit younger in terms of the players that we did get back. I might have overpaid for that Ekman Larson, but Ekman Larson will definitely turn into a solid player in the future. So, I mean, if we do good this year, I'm not worried about those first-round picks. They probably wouldn't be able to turn out too much anyways. But if we scout, we might pick up a random, like, 4-star player in the second round. How there's randomized, you know, like a Datsuk 6th round. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if that actually does happen. But you got to just get the luck of the draw. So yeah, let's go into our lines. We'll edit them up, and I'll probably end up simming the preseason. I know I'm talking on for quite a bit. We're around 20-something minutes. You're probably getting annoyed with my voice, but at this point, you know what? Let's just do best line. Yeah, let's do best lines at this point, and then we'll. Okay, so that is the best lines. I think instead of Bordelot, even though he's an enforcer, we already have a grinder there, so I'm actually gonna switch him. Whoops, don't want to do that. See, I'm just a little bit not used to the specific things, the buttons and everything like that. But you know what? We'll get Vancouver, we'll dress him, and we'll scratch Bordelot, and Vancouver will go in there. So that's actually not looking like a bad lineup. We could probably throw, depending on Vancouver's face-offs, which are at 60, so they're pretty shit. Mitchell is probably a little bit higher, 70. Boyle is at 85, so I think I might actually play Boyle on this line ahead of Mitchell. McGinn, Hayduke, Vancouver, McLeod. Okay, Butker. Now I could either play Landeskog on that line to start off. I mean, he is very good offensively, and he's a power forward for these two playmaking buttes. But then we don't have a really well, actually, we don't have a playmaker here anyways. I could probably send Downey down to this line. We'll have Ryan O'Reilly with Hayduke. Hayduke's still a sniper. He's still got probably a pretty good shot. It's alright. Let's see how Downey is, actually. He might actually have a decent shot. It's not too bad, actually, so we'll keep Downey there for now. I'm liking these lines. Vancouver might end up moving up to maybe McGinn's spot, but right now I'm keeping it at these lines. For the forwards, we'll have Johnson, Myers at the top, Ekman Larson, Barry in our second line, and then Sarich and Hunwick in our third line. Let's take a look at Hunwick. He's only 28, and he's actually 3.5 potential, but Sarich might get a little bit better. Oh, never mind. I was thinking about the wrong player. Take a look at the defenseman, and yeah, so that was actually not a bad deal because our team looks a lot better now. I'm trying to think. We're going to look at defensive awareness after for our power play. But in net, look at that. Miller and then Shakir. Miller, man, I don't know how I pulled that trade off, but we've completely turned around the Colorado Avalanche in terms of their look. We have Myers, we have Ekman Larson, St. Louis, Butker, Boyle, and pretty much solid players. I mean, we have our core players have gotten older because we did pick up St. Louis and Miller, but we also picked up players like Ekman Larson and Myers, which will definitely be helpful in the long run. So we'll take a look at our power play. St. Louis, Duchesne, Landeskog, I'm fine with that. O'Reilly, Butker, and Downey, that's fine. Defensive, yes, we'll keep these guys up here. Eric Johnson's still okay on in terms of offense, so I'm not too worried about that, but he is more of a defensive player, so he will be integral to the penalty kill. Power play also looks okay. Take a look at our penalty kill. We're running with Ryan O'Reilly and Matt Duchesne. Now, Matt Duchesne, is he decent at defensive awareness? Yeah, he's at 85. We'll sort it and see who's the better players. So Ryan O'Reilly, Landeskog, Duchesne, St. Louis. Okay. And then here, Boyle's actually lower in defensive awareness. Yeah, 84, but he is a physical player. So we'll keep Boyle there. That's actually not too bad. And then Myers and Johnson will be our shutdown line. And Ekman Larson, Brett Barry on the second penalty kill. And it will be the same thing here. Let's take a look at our 4-4 lines. Does really matter about this stuff. Yeah, so this is okay. So yeah, pretty much looks like that's it for in terms of lines. You see them once again. I'll let you guys take a look at them so you could help me out. But it's Landeskog, Duchesne, St. Louis, Downey, O'Reilly, Butker, McGinn, Boyle, Hayduke, Vincor, Mitchell, McLeod. Now I do have Bordelot in the system, but if we don't make it this year, I mean, if St. Louis retires, then we have McKinnon coming up, and McKinnon's going to be a stud. So I'm not too worried if we don't win this year and St. Louis retires all of a sudden, because even though we did give up a little bit for him, it was only Parento, and McKinnon will probably slot in. Now, I don't know if O'Reilly will end up dropping down to our third-line center. We'll end up picking up some players, but we might need some cap room for next year because we'll have to re-sign a couple players like Butker, but that will all come next year. Right now, we're focused on winning the Cup. I mean, we do have solid defensemen. I'm not sure how good of a lineup you need, but I mean, this first line might be able to carry us itself, and also a very good goalie in Ryan Miller. So with that, we'll go back to the menu and see if there's anything else here. Nope. GM options, free agents. I know we don't have cap, but I just want to see who there actually is up here. So yeah, if we need anyone, I mean, we could probably end up making a trade with a couple prospects to pick up better players, but at this point we're only at 1.425 cap space, so I don't really want to go overboard on that. But a player like Lombardi or Raymond would be solid to add to our roster. We'll keep it at that though, and take a look at the... Okay, so there's nothing really else here. We'll look at scouting real quick. Scouting assignment, and we'll just take a look at the projections. So see who has the best ones. There's quite a bit of first round players there. So we'll just go in defenseman in OHL for about 6 weeks right now, and we'll scout that assignment. And so yeah, pretty much let's sim the preseason. That will probably be the end of this episode. Well, okay, so I made that much trades, and they still haven't even welcomed me to the organization. So wow. Alright, and your GM rep has dropped. Okay, that's fine. Rookie GM, continue. So, salary cap. Wow, I already made all these trades, and I still haven't played a preseason game, and they haven't done all this stuff. So, we'll sim to the rest of the preseason, see how it goes, how my team's looking. It's a nice way to see if it's working, and look at that, we already win 1-0. We're 1-0, I mean. 2-0, so it's starting to look okay, guys. I think we might have a solid team this year. 6-2 loss, but I mean, stuff happens. Nashville, another loss, 5-1. Oh man, was Miller not in net or something? But a win there, 3-2. But I mean, the preseason, everything happens. Miller gets another win in there and another win. So Miller with all the wins. Landeskog, Barry are first in the thing. So we'll sim up to the start of the season, and we'll leave it off then, and I'll have the next episode out for you guys tomorrow. I know I've rambled on for quite a bit. I probably have to rush a little bit later. Hey, it's your boss. Okay, long term. Surprised that won't if you make the playoffs. Oh, we'll definitely make the playoffs. Okay, so I think we're okay with in terms of salary cap. All right, so the start of the season, right now, looks like our team is pretty much set. Take a look at our coaching options. And oh yeah, one more thing I did forget is what I'm going to do is turn off, just like 2BC does, we're going to turn off injuries, because we don't want that. I mean, players that get injured, it just kind of ruins their development. We'll put it back on for the playoffs because it does matter, but during the season, let's focus on development and making the playoffs. Unless you guys want me to keep them on, I just prefer them to keep them off, so it's not like a freak accident where Duchesne, St. Louis, and Landeskog all go down and I end up tanking the season. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been talking on for a while, I think like 30 something minutes. So with that, I mean, next episode, starting off the season against Anaheim, and hope you guys enjoyed this little long episode of GM mode, but I'll try to make the next ones a little bit shorter. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode, and I will see you guys later. Peace.